South India, megalithic, and then there comes the first historic age, that is known as Sangam age. So second map of Sangam age. Sangam age. Second, after megalithic age, second map you can draw of Sangam age, and period of Sangam is 300 BC to 300 AD around. 300 BC to 300 AD. Sangam age. After megalithic period, there would be Sangam age period. So what will be the period? 300 BC to 300 AD. Okay. According to old NCERT, this is the period of Sangam age. Now excavation is again going on. In some South Indian book you can see it is from 500 BC to 300 AD around. Getting the point? But for us, the old NCERT is an authentic thing. So you can say 300 BC to 300 AD. Now Sangam people are mentioned in the, we have studied second major rock edict of Ashoka. We have discussed second major rock edict of Ashoka. Second major rock edict of Ashoka. There is mentioning of 5 kingdoms. Keral Putras, Satya Putras, very good, Satya Putras, and Satya Putras, and then Pandyas, Cholas, and then Sri Lankans means Tamraparnis. 5 different political entities or powers are mentioned in Ashoka's second major rock edict. Keral Putras means Choraj, means Cheraj. Keral Putra means Cheraj. But in Ashokan inscription, no mention of Cheraj. They are known as Keral Putras. Satya Putras, not identified as yet. Then Pandyas, Cholas, and Tamraparni means Sri Lanka. Means in the tip of southern peninsula, in the tip, there were 3 kingdoms in Sangam age. This side in Kerala, there would be Cheraj. In southern Tamil Nadu, there are Cholas. And in northern, these are Pandyas. In southern Tamil Nadu, Pandyas. And in northern Tamil Nadu, and then later on some part of, you can say, Andhra also, there is Cholas. So these are Sangam kingdoms. Sangam age kingdoms. 3 small kingdoms. Not very much small, but well established, well developed. Cholas, Pandyas, and Cheraj. Sangam age kingdoms. And the period of Sangam age is 300 BC to 300 AD. If you are having any doubt, we are not studying the topic right now. We are trying to make some basics. Again, we'll be coming to the topics, so don't worry. So in Sangam age, Cheraj, Pandyas, and Cholas in the tip of southern peninsula. They are well developed kingdoms. They are following monarchical system. It means their monarchy is well established, and all the features of historic age are there. So if all the features of historic age means there will be agriculture surplus, there would be trade and commerce, there would be coins, there would not be a script though, and there would be urbanization, there would be a specialization of crafts, etc. So almost all features of historic age are found in Sangam age. That's why it's known as the first historic age of South India. Getting the point? So this is the Sangam age. Now when we talk about the material life means, what is material life? What is material life? Yes. So a bit more clear answer needed. Material life means economic life, agriculture, doing trade, material life. So material life from North India to South India is said to be traveled by Rishi Agastya. Rishi Agastya. So Rishi Agastya, his followers and traders would be also going from north to south. They brought the material life, because in North India there is a material life from 600 BC. Getting the point? Urbanization or things. So they would be traveling to South India from north with the help of Rishi Agastya and traders. And that's why Rishi Agastya is the most respectable Rishi in South India. Getting the point? So this happened. So this is how the first urbanized phase, the first well-developed phase, the first historic age to South India came out. So megalithic age, before that Stone Age, and then Sangam Age.